Hi guys, it's Grammie again. This is video number 2, and this is where I'm going to start reading a book, and hopefully it won't take too long. But I've found some books downstairs that I saved, and see if you can get the idea. Sydney Rella, Cinderella Pumpkin, Bigfoot Cinderella, Cinder Hazel, Cinderella, Princess Furball, and Cinderella Skeleton. And what I plan to do is read one a day until this is over. And I am going to start. Oh, which one should I pick? Which one? This one. This is the one I like to start with. Sydney Rella and the Glass Sneaker. I can get it open here. Sydney Rella, by Bernice Myers. Sydney Rella was the youngest of Mr. and Mrs. Rella's children. Each morning his mother and father would go off to work in their small store. Each afternoon his two brothers would go off to football practice at the local park. And each day after school, Sydney was left to do all the chores. We all have our jobs to do, his mother would say. Today his brothers were trying out for the town football team, but when Sydney Rella begged to go with them, they only laughed. You're too small to play, and besides, who would want you on the team? Sydney Rella wished more than anything else that he could play on the team. But how can I? I always have so much work to do. A small person hiding behind a bush motioned to Sydney Rella to come closer. Sorry, I couldn't get here sooner, he said. I was helping a friend get a poor girl ready to go to the prince's ball. Boy, did she have two ugly sisters, and I mean ugly. Spring is our busiest season for wishing, with all the school exams, football games, stock market losses. And what was it you were wishing for? Oh, yes, a new milking machine? No, I wasn't. I was wishing I could try out for the football team. But I have so much work, I'll never finish in time. The small man waved his wand, and there was a sudden flash. When Sydney opened his eyes, the porch was swept, the floors were swept, the dishes were washed, and the dog was half asleep. Hey, are you Superman? Sydney Rella asked. I'm your fairy godfather. I'm here to make sure that you go to the football tryouts. So go. I wonder if he can go. But Sydney Rella didn't move. I have no uniform. Well, that's easy to fix. Bring me a tomato, a pineapple, and a pear, the small man said, and with a wave of his wand, the fruit was changed into a beautiful uniform. This isn't a football uniform, Sydney Rella complained. You're right. I should have used a carrot instead of a pear. Next time, make sure you're home by 6 or your clothes will disappear on your back. Sydney Rella was home long before 6, and he was excited. His fairy godfather was waiting for him. I made the team, Sydney shouted. Terrific, said his godfather. He waved his wand, and Sydney Rella had on his own clothes again, and his godfather disappeared. At dinner that night, the two brothers could only talk about football practice and the new player who could run as fast as the wind and catch the football as easy as breathing. Sydney quietly ate his soup. The following week after school, Sydney Rella was helping his brothers put on their uniforms. Well, today's the big game. Too bad you won't be there. No sooner than they had gone than Sydney Rella's fairy godfather appeared. First, he made sure all the work in the house was done. And now, let's see what the book says about a football uniform. A large pumpkin and 4 mice. No, that's for footmen in a gold carriage. Here it is, football uniform. I'll need a carrot, a tomato, and 2 bananas for your glass sneakers. Sydney Rella returned with his arms full. His godfather waved his wand, and Sydney Rella stood fully dressed in the most beautiful, sparkling football uniform and glass sneakers. Again, his fairy godfather warned him, be sure to be home by 6 o'clock or your beautiful uniform will disappear. At the ball field, the stands were full. Sydney Rella took his place in the lineup. Each time the football was passed, he ran for a touchdown. During the last minute of play, the clock tower struck 6. Sydney ran with the ball for a final touchdown and kept right on running until he reached home. Look at what happened to his uniform. At dinner, his brothers could only talk about the games and the mysterious player who had won the trophy for their town. In his underwear, no less. The coach is going from house to house now, looking for the player whose foot fits the sneaker, the brothers said. When Coach arrived at the Rella house, the sneaker didn't fit either of Sydney's brothers. As the coach was about to leave, he saw Sydney Rella hiding behind a chair. How about you, young man? Do you think it'll fit? Oh, don't bother with him, said one brother. He can't play football or even catch, said the other. But the coach insisted I must try the sneaker on everybody. Sydney Rella tried on the glass sneaker, and his foot slid right into it. It also matched his other sneaker. The coach invited Sydney Rella to attend a special dinner that very evening, where the mayor presented him with a gold trophy. Sydney Rella grew up to be one of the best football players in the country. He went on to law school and became a famous judge, and then president of a large corporation that manufactures footballs. The end. I hope you liked that. I'll try to post this for you. Love you guys. See you soon, I hope.